Alright. I tried to stream earlier, and my internet wasn't having it, but it seems to be stable right now, so we're going to try and play some more Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Black, the mod that makes Sigma 2 feel more like 2. And this is going to be on Ultimate Ninja, so I'm going to have an absolutely terrible time. But hopefully we're going to have some fun with it. Now I'm going to try this chapter and see what it's like. So here we go, let's do it. Dark Slayer Zero says, yo, what's good? Yo, what's good, Dark Slayer? Hope you're having a good day. Let's skip this garbage, we don't care. I like it, we're off to a good start. Hang on a second. I feel like maybe the game's too quiet. Let me troubleshoot that for just a second. That's because it was. Alright. Now it's loud enough. Now these rockets can deafen my ears. Blam! Okay, this guy needs to be quiet. You coming, buddy? Yeah, that is cool. I do love that. You know, if an enemy's airborne or they're wounded and on the ground, you can do a flying swallow to finish them off. Let's go dual swords. They are my jam. Let's get rid of Rocket Guy first. Let's get rid of both Rocket Guy. Really? You couldn't have gotten a little UT off there? You freaking grab. Nice. Guess it's Tonfa time. Let's do it. Here come the big boys. Oh, Ryu, come on. We got a standoff. No, we don't. We got a 2-for-1, though. Come here. We got a 3-for-1 on that? Yeah, we did. We killed 3 of them. Unless there was only 2. Maybe I'm seeing double. Hard to believe that this is Sigma 2. I know, it's, these mods really transform it. I mean, not to mention the NVIDIA filters, too, like, this is what it looks like without it. Look at that. It looks much more flat. Now, I understand that my effects are a little bit exaggerated, but that's what it looks like normally. And then that's what it looks like when I put on the effects. Like, it's, it gives it a little bit of a lift. In fact, there's one other thing I want to change. Hang on. Darn it. I can't see the chat. There we go. That's better. Yeah, there's also a thing in the cheat table to adjust the FOV so you can zoom in a little bit. I'm sure other people might want to zoom out so they can see more, but I like the idea of zooming in a little bit. Just a subtle change. The value, the default value is 1.1. I set it to 0.95, so it's just a little bit closer. Because it doesn't move the camera closer, it just zooms the FOV in, so... Oh, come on. Ryu, can you go for the guy that I'm, like, actually wanting you to go for? Come on. Get off there. I love it. You know what's funny, too? Having this cheat table that actually transforms this back into something that resembles Ninja Gaiden 2. When I was making a bunch of edits to the Ryu model here, like doing a bunch of texture work to make him look a lot better, I was constantly restarting and starting the game again, and occasionally I wanted to play a little bit before I closed it down, and I couldn't be bothered to keep opening the cheat table. And having them side by side, like, sometimes I play it with the cheat table and then I play a few fights without it, it really shows off how bad it is by default. Sigma 2 sucks, man. It sucks. This cheat table changes the game completely. I had to Izuna drop the red guys on Master Ninja, sometimes 3 times. The move with the dual swords where you go like this, and it always takes off a limb and finishes them, I had to do that like 4 times to one of them, and then Izuna drop him. It's just ridiculous. I'd rather fight 20 guys than 4 guys that take forever to kill. It's a lot more fun that way. Gosh, I hate the way those guns stun him. No! Don't want the doggies! Yeah, that's better. I also did some texture edits to, the scythe, too. Somebody did, the Razor's Edge scythe, they put it in the game, but it had the wrong normal maps on it, so there were weird shadows all over it from the original scythe. So I just made my own textures for the scythe. I AI upscaled the original ones, and then used AI with prompts to create a new texture that looks kind of the same, but slightly different. And then I modified it with a bunch of manual edits, like make the blade look really good, and then I created a new normal map for it so that all the scratches and dents on the blade look 3D. And so, it looks really cool. Like, you know, since I was doing a bunch of stuff to make Ryu high-res, like, I've been working on it for like 3 days. Like, I redid his arms, I upscaled most of his textures to like 5 times their original resolution. Did a bunch of edits. I've got 2 versions with the kunai wrapped in red and 1 in black. I redid the normal maps for his arm guards and his feet and stuff, and the mesh on his back and his front there, like you can see it going up the side where his arms are there. Like, I've done a whole bunch of stuff. Brightened his eyes. I can't modify the specular, though, like the shiny stuff. That's, like, embedded in the model, and I know nothing about Blender, and so I was digging around in there for ages and couldn't figure it out. Because I went to the specular options on the material thing, and nothing seemed to change anything, and when I just messed with some values and then loaded it back into the game, nothing changed, so, you know. I did manage to get the guy who modified this model to make it shinier, though, on Discord, so I might try and ask him about it at another time to see how I can change that. So I want to try and make the headgear shinier, but, you know, I've been doing edits for like 3 days trying to make Ryu look as good as possible. Since if I'm going to do this fun run in 4K, I want it to look really good. Come down here, fellas. love this music, too. Come here! Gosh, those rockets do a lot of damage. I'm sure they do a lot more on the original, because it was broken. They wanted to make it hard, even though there were like 4 enemies on screen, so they would make the enemies kill you in like 2 hits. Whereas they do less damage to you in this mod, but there's a lot more of them. Which is a lot more fun. What's the point if you just die in 2 hits? Like, you know, I want to actually fight like 20 guys and get overwhelmed. Like that, like, I was really enjoying the Ultimate Ninja settings for Chapter 1. Just fighting all those guys outside where you get the Lunar Staff was a heck of a lot of fun. Especially with how aggressive the AI is. There we go, that's that. Yeah, gosh, you can really see the extra detail. I redid the arms completely, too. The model had a really bad texture for the arms, so I redid those. Added a bunch of granular detail. I don't even know how much it shows on stream, but, like, it's supposed to be really sharp, you know. Tried really hard to make it look as good as possible. And I think it's looking really good so far. I don't really think there's any items in there that I need. If there's any in there at all. There might be, actually. There might be a chest in there somewhere, but who cares? Watch out! Don't get exploded! What do you got for me? Let me get one of those. What are you stuck on, Ryu? You're gonna die! Don't get stuck on the sandbags! Uh-oh, we got the big boys. look at the teeth on those things. Hey, 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 gonna come get you. Yeah, let's just use the Tonfa. Come get it, sir! Ow! Stupid mines. Watch out for the mines! You're gonna die, Ryu. Don't jump on those. They're not fun. Here he comes! You don't win those stand-ups, bud. You do not win those. Watch out. Is that it? Is that all she wrote? We got some of these, though. I'm pretty sure you can break these with the scythe. You can. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's nice. Should be able to get a really good look at him here in front of the save point because of the lights. Yeah, see, look at that detail. One of the main things I'm happy with is I hated the crosshatch texture for his scarf and his hat and his face mask. Like, it looks really stupid. It looks like medical gauze because they have to make it such a big texture because it needs to be seen from far away. And, I just replaced it with like a matte sort of grain texture, as you can see, just to make it... Come on, get that scarf on his back. Just to make it look smoother. A little bit more like the OG Ninja Gaiden 2. Which is very nice. Zipman X says, will you share the texture mods so we can apply them to the NG3 mod ourselves? When I'm done with it, I'm still trying to get it looking the way I want it to look. Like, I've been doing this for like 3 days, and every time I play the game for a while, I'm like looking at it again, like, I think I'll change that. So I want to finish it first. I don't know how long that's gonna be. Wait a minute. Did I don't think I saved it. The fight doesn't activate when it's saved. Is that a modded scythe? Yeah, this is... Somebody added the Ninja Gaiden 3 scythe to the game. And then I modified the textures for it so that it, you know, looks very, very detailed. I mean, what I'd really like to do is, you know, get the permission of the guy who did this model and just release the skin with the textures, you know? With alternate versions. Like I said, I've got 2 different versions of it, with the one with the kunai wrapped in red and one wrapped in black. I might be able to get a better look at them, actually. Let me get the camera down the stairs. No, see, it's hard to get the camera where you want it to, and it always likes to look up. But yeah, if you look down at his thigh there, where the kunai is, you can see the red, and there's like a bunch of, like, you know, horizontal wraps going around it, and then like a silver one at the bottom. And I did the same thing in black on the other version. And I, like, made it a custom normal map for that, so that it makes it, like, look like the different sections have, like, actual grooves in between them. Again, did I not save it? What I'm getting distracted, being excited. No, I did save it! Can we fight some guys, please? Or do we have to open the chest? Okay, we'll open the chest. What do we got in here? Here we go! Are you kidding me? You know what, you get the wind blades for that! I was looking forward to a frickin' UT! Why don't you settle down, fellas? Oh, that's it? Okay. I thought there was gonna be more guys. Yeah, you get it. Gosh, you really get a good look at it in here because of the neutral lighting. Like, if you look at his chest look, you can see in the normal map I modified it with a bit of noise to give it like a granular look. Like, you can really see the detail on it. Like, it doesn't just look like a smooth thing. It's like, it's got subtle detail in there. If you can't tell, I'm pretty pleased with how this is looking. He looks freaking awesome. The other thing I want to try and change, too, is to add the specular shine to the eyes. Because, like, the eyes are supposed to be shiny. Even in the dark, you're supposed to see a little bit of shine, you know, like, sort of reflectiveness on them. And there's nothing. And so I'd like to try and edit the properties in the model to fix that, if I can figure it out. I did try and make some edits to the model. There's a few rough patches around the edge, like, you can't really see it here, but, like, his crotch, as you can see, it's, like, sharp. Because, like, the vertices, the vertexes, whatever, they, like, cross into each other, because there's, I don't know, maybe there's a scale difference with the armor's a slightly different shape to the original, so when you apply it to the bones, it, I don't know, caves in on itself or whatever, but I tried to fix it. I didn't do a very good job. So I didn't bother implementing the fix, I just rolled back to the regular one. But I was able to export the model and then re-import it into the game, so it did work, so I would be able to modify it if I can figure out what I'm doing. Just need to ask the guy how he changes the shine on the textures. Because it's... I would have assumed it was a specular map and an alpha channel, you know, to choose how much of it's visible, but it's not. It's a material property built into the model. I assume it's because different places have different specular maps in the game so that Ryu has different light colors reflected on him, which is pretty cool. Whoa, watch out, fellas, what are you doing in there? I trust you in one of these! The Chapter 13 ninjas? Is this Ultimate Ninja difficulty? Yeah, I set it to Ultimate Ninja. Does the modded costume work for cutscenes? No, it doesn't. And I don't know why. I've seen people with modifications applied to the cutscenes, but usually it's just an alternative version of the Ryu... the default skin. This doesn't show up in the cutscenes. It's just normal Ryu. Oh, we got some guys down here. bats. Get out of here. Who knows, maybe I can haggle with the... what outfit does it replace? This one replaces the default outfit. So when you don't select an outfit, this is the one. I made it so that the one with the black kunai replaces the white outfit. No. The DOA outfit, it replaces that one, so it's right next to this one. Because that one's called 00855 and 856. This one's 00823, which is his default. But you can change the numbers of the .dat files to replace whatever skin you want, as long as you know what numbers the skins are. Which I don't know all of them. I only know 3 of them, and I've already forgotten one of them. I just know 23 and 24 and 55 and 56. Those are the only ones. Because those are the ones I've been messing with for the past few days. Who have we got? We got some more attack ninjas, huh? Hey, fellas. No! Ugh. Gosh, look at all these guys! This is what you want to see! I don't even care that they're kicking my ass right now. There's so many guys down here. Although, actually, I do care, because I'm pretty sure the save point was, like, way back there. Oh, maybe we get to fight these guys now. Maybe they won't steal my UT from me. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can I interest you in this wall? No, come on, get on the wall. Come here. It still baffles me that they, that this Razor's Edge outfit is not in this game, like, officially. I know they put it in Sigma Plus to promote 3, but they upgraded it to a higher quality version, although, that being said, they probably used a higher quality version to implement it into the Vita game, and then downgraded it before they compiled the game for the Vita, so they probably just used the higher fidelity version when they built this version, the Master Collection or whatever. But they should have put it in the game. They just should have done. It should have just been there. Then everybody could have had it by default. It just makes me mad. Because I would have shared this already if I was allowed to. Who knows, maybe I can bargain with the guy who did the model and be like, hey, you want some high-res textures? I'll give them to you if you let me, you let me post it. Who knows how that'll go. I don't know for what reason the guy doesn't want it posted, but, I'll try to talk to him about it. Sometimes people don't want to talk about things. They kind of keep things to themselves. Excuse me, fellas. Guess you're coming down here. Come on. No, don't do that. Don't do that, sir. That's not very nice. Do it! Is it gonna drop with the staff, huh? Let's do it then. Is that all of them? Yeah. No, it's not. There's a guy up there. Look. You can see a shadow on the wall. And just in case anybody's wondering, this is the same guy that did the model for the scythe did the staff. I haven't done any texture work to the staff yet. Mainly because, like, as you can see, when there's blood on it, it takes the shape of the original, because there's another model that dictates what the blood does on it and what the Ultimate Technique glow thing does, and I haven't found it. I can't find it. It's not the same as the model for the weapon. It's a different one. I assume that when the weapon gets blood on it, it overlays the other model on top of the original, and you need to change them both, but, you know, I'm not the one who put it in. I don't know anything about the modeling. I just know I know how to modify textures and put them back in. Well, that guy's just kind of stuck up there. Look, he's not coming down because he's a moron, and he doesn't know how to go through the door that he burst out of. Is this the updated Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Black mod? No, it's not. Oh, did he come down? He came down! Hey, buddy! Thanks for coming down. No, it's not. This is still the old version. Like the thumbnail of the video says, this is the version from December of 2022. He did give me the new version, but it was without some of the stuff. It didn't have... When you flying swallow enemies on the ground or midair and it insta-kills them, he said that wasn't implemented. You need a separate thing for that. There were some other things as well that were different, and I don't know, I just enjoyed this version better, so I just went back to this, and, you know, we'll see how the final version goes, like, if I have to ask for some tweaks to be made to the version that I want to play or whatever. Like, he added back some of the bosses from Sigma 2, like the statues, and I don't like those. I think one person said they were, what's wrong, where's the exclusive bosses? And it's like, I don't care, I don't want to fight the dumb statues. I want to fight the guys, I want to fight the ninjas. Not stand there just going, to a freaking arm. Or use the bow against the Statue of Liberty. That was such a dumb fight. I get why, like, I'm not, if you like those fights, that's fine. I don't like them, so I don't want them there, and this version doesn't have them. The other thing was, in the other version that he gave me, and it's the non-cheat table, it's just the one that, the DLL file that just works with the game. You could not do the flying swallow with Enma's Fang. You couldn't do it anymore, and so I was like, you know what? I've been playing the old version for ages. I'm used to it. I like it better for now, so I'm going back to it. And so I went back to it. I also did have the Crimson HUD, but the UI, but I did actually revert that back to the blue one. It's like, there's so much stuff in the game that's red. I figured, let's have a, you know, just, I didn't want red everywhere, so I changed it back. I'd like to make a black and white one. You know? Having all the, having so just take all this blue and just make it white. So it's black and white. That's what I want. Although I would modify this to look different. If I could figure out what these textures are, I would do the whole frickin' UI. It'd take me forever, but I tried to do it, but I downloaded Special K, dumped thousands of textures and started scrolling through them until my eyes started to hurt. And I couldn't find anything that looked like these textures from these menus. So except for maybe the writing there, the symbols for the Lives of the Thousand Gods. So I just gave up. I was like, you know what? I'll do it another day. Or maybe not at all. Yeah, gosh. But, come on. I want to see if I can get a better look at the kunai on his legs there. I was experimenting with that for ages. Like, I tried different textures on it, like making it look like it was wrapped in fabric, or making it look like it was painted on, and like, you know, with grooves in between. I went for the painted on in the end. The wrapped fabric didn't look quite as good as this. I just wish I could zoom in on it. I thought about doing it in purple as well, because, you know, Ayane. Just imagine, like, before he goes out on his mission, she's like, here, Ryu, take these purple wrapped shurikens, but I looked at her shurikens. They don't just look like these with purple wrap on them. They've got, like, a thing tied on them, and then the flower on top, and it's like, just I'll just make them red and black. I think they look really good though. The arms look much better as well, like. I mean, obviously the whole thing looks freaking awesome. I just wish I looked at the Razor's Edge version again in the original game. I do wish that we could get the metallic stuff, like the silvery stuff on his arm guards, his headgear, and on his shin guards there. I wish we could get those much more shiny than they are. The problem is, his whole suit, all the black, gauntlets, shoes, headgear, hat, scarf, no, the scarf's separate, but everything on his body that's not his arms is one mesh. Whereas the Razor's Edge model actually, the headgear is a separate thing, but it's all combined on this version of the model, and so it doesn't have its own texture. My understanding of how to make the shine, modify the shine, is just limited. I need to talk to the guy and figure it out. Alright, let's get these guys out of the way. Let's get them into like a smaller area so we can like have a fight. Come on, fellas. This is what I like though. Like, look at all these guys. You're fighting like 10, 15 guys at once. The only downside is that I wish they weren't all tac ninjas. Like, it would be nice to have a mixture. Wouldn't it be cool if we could ask Fiend Busa if he could do like a randomizer? Like, every fight just picks random enemies from the game? That would be amazing. You know what I'm doing? No, I don't want to cook them! If there's ever a thing not to use against ninjas, it's that. Like, you want to use the wind blades and we kill them all. Watch this. Here, buddy! Get out of there. Get out of the cave. Come on. Come in here, sir. But I'd love to have a randomizer. That would be so much fun. Anthony Sledge says, hey, I got a question. So how tough is Master Ninja +++ difficulty? I'm not sure. I never tried it. Like, I tried Master Ninja, and then I just went to Ultimate Ninja. I'm curious if Master Ninja +++ is less difficult than Ultimate? Or if Ultimate is, you know, a step up above that. I honestly don't know. I'm wondering if the Master Ninja ++ difficulties are not the same as Ultimate Ninja, and instead they're just Master Ninja enemy placements, but with increased aggression and damage. I think that's what it is. So it doesn't have the same enemies as Ultimate Ninja, so it's just Master Ninja, but with the enemies do more damage and they're more aggressive. At least that's what it says in the cheat table, so that's what I assume it is. I would just change it, but you know, I've got the title of the video set to Ultimate Ninja, so I want to make it accurate. This is why I turned on Ultimate Ninja. I'm still really impressed with how these NVIDIA filters make the game just sort of look. I mean, I get it. It's just sort of brightness and contrast, post-processing, and I turned off the depth of field because it blurs everything when you pause the game. But they really do just make it look better. I can't go back to the normal one anymore. It's too flat. Whereas it looks really good in with all these effects, like sort of deepening the contrast and exaggerating the lighting. What I would love, I tried, but I just gave up because it was just really, I'm not very good with cheat engine and how to scan for values, but this game has depth of field built into it. When you guillotine throw a guy, depth of field activates. I'd love to be able to just get the frickin' string value for the cheat table to just enable depth of field and then modify how far away it blurs things so that we can just have it on, you know, within the game so that it doesn't interfere with the HUD, because I like the depth of field. I thought it looked really good. Come here. Watch out, Ryu. Watch out. I can't even see what I'm doing anymore. Doesn't matter though. The staff is amazing against this guy.
Your path is
Yeah, see, look, it's the regular model there with the angry face that I don't like. And the friggin' medical gauze, exaggerated texture on the face mask. I hate it. I hate it. I like the smooth one better. Would be cool to see if we could get the model from Ninja Gaiden 2, the original, and put it in this. I don't think they're the same file format, though. I don't know how difficult it would be to convert that. Probably should have saved it after I killed that thing, but oh well. So the final version of the mod didn't come out? I thought it was set for last week. I'm honestly not sure. He said to me the other day that he released it. But I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what he was talking about. Because I checked Nexus mods and I didn't see any updates. Maybe I checked it at the wrong time or something else, but I'm not sure. Oh my. We got these things in here. Gosh, this is a real tight space to fight these things. I think these things are called Gaja. I remember in my stream the other day I said that I posted it as a fun fact in the comments section of... See, look, there was depth of field when those fish get you. Wish I knew how to activate it. If anybody knows how to use Cheat Engine and they want to tackle trying to get the depth of field values, please give it a try and post it in one of my videos so that I can do it. Yeah, I posted it as a fun fact in my fun run, like, oh yeah, those serpent things are called Gaja, or something like that. And I, promptly forgot. And so I just went back to calling them serpent things. Oh my, there's more of them. Watch out for the fish! Exciting Pie says, I'm upset. YouTube didn't give me a notification. It's alright, you're here now, and it's only been like 40 minutes. I haven't done very much. I've been too distracted talking about modifying textures and things of that nature. Get off! What is... You know what? Use a flail. Get the freaking flail out. And then get stuck on the wall, why don't you? Oh, come on. There's always one more, huh? Okay. I do apologize that I just use the dual swords all the time. It's just, they're my favorite weapon. They are my jam, and I'm okay with them. When I use other weapons, I just die all the time. Not all the time, but I'm a lot better with the dual swords because they're my favorite, and because they look so freaking cool. Like the moves. I'm actually gonna, it's a simple mod. I'm just gonna get the model for the level 2 dual swords and replace the level 3 dual swords with it. Because I'd like to, although it's gonna have the electrical effect on it, isn't it? Darn it, maybe I shouldn't do that. Because I like the tiger's claw and the dragon's fang, and I'd like to just keep that. I think that'd be cool. I don't dislike the Blade of the Archfiend combo, but I like the, you know, the tidiness of the two black-handled katanas. I just think they look really cool. Wait a second. I'd love to RTX remix this game. Wouldn't that be awesome? Some ray traced. I don't even care about ray tracing. I mean, especially because I don't have an RTX card, so I wouldn't be able to use it without terrible performance. But just get some screen space reflections on this water so that it's not a cube map or an upside down mirrored thing. Pretty sure this is a cube map, right? Yeah. All right. So it's just a cube map texture in the on the surface of the water. So that's why Ryu's not reflected. I just want some, like, screen space reflections, a bit of ambient occlusion, a little bit of global illumination, some high-res textures. I thought about, just upscaling every texture in this game with AI, but for some reason, I downloaded a bulk DDS texture converter so I could convert all the textures to PNG after I dumped them using Special K. And they're whatever DDS format they are, I'm pretty sure when I export the textures from Krita, it's supposed to be like DX... Oh, I can't even remember the names of it now. But it was not applicable to the program I downloaded to do it in a batch. I just loaded the textures in and clicked go, and it just gave me an error. Like, it didn't like them. And there's no way I'm manually doing 4,000 plus textures, and that was just when I loaded one chapter. Because I wanted to just do a batch, you know? Just throw all of them in and just AI upscale them by, like, 4x. And then just let it sit for a day while it does it. But no, I couldn't convert... It sucks, because it you know... I wish that Special K could just dump the textures as PNG files and then load those. DDS, I get it. They're much smaller, but they annoy me because they're harder. You have to, you know, decompress them into PNG or well .tif or whatever it is, and then convert it to PNG. Oh, it's a pain. It's just a pain. And I'm a novice when it comes to like modding stuff. Like, yeah, I know how to use the tool that pretty much spells it out. Drag your file in and it'll dump out all the textures here, and then you can import them into Krita and then modify them and then export them and repackage it. Like, as long as it does all the package decompressing and compressing into the packages that run in the game for me, I can modify stuff. Like, I know how to use Krita or Photoshop. I know how to do that stuff. I don't use Photoshop anymore, but because I moved over to Krita, but I know how to image edit. Hence why I was able to get, you know, everything looking much better. I'd love to be able to upscale, at least, like, you know, stuff that's really glaringly obvious, too, like these ugly floor textures that just look really obvious. I mean, heck, you'd have probably been able to notice this even back on the 360, maybe? I know the game on the 360 ran closer to 900p, maybe less than that even, and it just had really good anti-aliasing. But, is there not a chest out here? But, you know, I'd be curious to go back to the original game and take a quick look at it. Zimpan X says, imagine an RTX remix overhaul for the game. I know, it would look so good. That'd be amazing. Although again, I'm really impressed with the NVIDIA filters. Like, look at this. That's without it. That's with it. It just makes everything pop, you know? Which is awesome. I could ramble about that all day. Been rambling a lot today. I've been busy working on textures, and I'm excited about it. As well as modifying those filters, you know, trying to get a good look. Blender is an awesome tool as well. Yeah, it is. If I knew how to use it, I gotta be honest, because I have no idea what I'm doing, I hate it. Sometimes I just want to click and drag a thing to move it, and it doesn't work like that. I'm just like digging around all the tools like, how do I make it do the thing? Like, Blender is a very complex thing. Like, there's a lot going on there. Really what I need is an AI assistant that I can teach to use Blender. And then I can talk to it like Jarvis and just be like, okay, take the model for this. See that part there that's like messed up? Fix it. You know, see this part here at the top? Isolate it, make it shiny. How many of these do we have? Let's buy some more. Oh, we can't get that many, but... But yeah, Blender is awesome, and it's amazing that it's free, too. It's very cool. One of these. Please. Can't get any more, that's fine. Honestly, I'm just stoked that, you know, things are coming together. Like, I was searching for this outfit for a long time. Then, you know, somebody came to me and said, you know, I've got it. You want to have it? And I was like, okay. And then the guy who modified it to make it shiny, I contacted him and I didn't get a response. And then eventually I did. And then he gave me this one and then I modified it. I went from nothing to, you know, being able to get it and make changes to it. Because I want the fun run to be interesting. I don't like the way Ryu looks in Sigma 2. And I don't want to use one of the other skins. This is like my favorite look for the game, and it's like, the fun run of this mod, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Black, is for you guys. Something fun to watch, you know, another 6-hour video, maybe longer, depending on how much trouble I have. And the skin is for me. It gives me an incentive to feel like I'm playing something fresh. And, you know, for those of you that like it, it's for you too. So you can look at it and be like, man, this is so cool. This is the best Ninja Gaiden video ever. It's 6 hours and it looks amazing. You know, that kind of thing. I want it to look good. I want it to look good. I want it to sound good. I want it to play good. I want it to kind of feel fresh. No! Ugh. I really thought Ryu was gonna, like, sort of lurch forward to get one of those things into the Izuna drop, but he didn't do it. He fell down instead. Excuse me? Oh no! I was just laughing at that thing for falling down, and then I fell down again. Where the heck did we fall down to? Where's the other one? Did I, like, push it all the way to the ground floor? I'll ask the chat. What do you want me to do? Shall I go down there and kill it, or shall I leave it there so that it can languish on its own? Ryu, get up. Ryu. You can grab it. Yeah, there you go. He's got it. Are we facing the wrong way? Yeah, we are. Not anymore. Hey, fellas. Or should I say ladies? Because they've got the equipment. Apparently these things used to be some kind of mermaid. I read the wiki page for these things. They used to be some sort of mermaid type thing, I think. I saw some of the other designs. Like, I posted a link to it in the original the 2019 Ninja Gaiden 2 Fun Run. I liked some of the other designs better. Yeah, they look less aggressive and, like, weird. Like, these Gaja things in this game, they kind of look like some weird... I don't see it. I can hear it, but I don't see it. They look like some weird thing from, like, a early 2000s or, like, late 90s CGI. Like, what's that show called? Reboot, I think? Reboot? I haven't seen Reboot, but my friend likes it, and I've seen a bunch of stuff of it. And it's got a weird art style if you've ever seen Reboot. For the older people in my audience. And these things look like, you know, something from that era. Not necessarily from that show, but they're weird. And some of the other designs looked really cool. Like, they looked more like a sort of mermaid type thing. And I would have preferred that. There's not really any feminine enemies in this game that, like, screech at him. The closest you're gonna get is those cats in Ninja Gaiden Black. In Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Would have been hilarious if they'd put the cats in this game. Although, to be fair, Fiend Busa did say a bunch of stuff from Sigma is still in the files for Sigma 2. Maybe the cats are in there. Maybe I'll ask him if he can, maybe, if he knows. I don't know if he knows or not. Would that be so funny to fight the cats in this game? I'd do it. That would be interesting. I did try to get reshade working with this as well, so I could do some more, like, ambient occlusion and inject some ray tracing stuff into it to see what it would look like. but I couldn't... the only way to use reshade with this game is through Special K. And I got Special K working, but when I did... I followed the guide on Steam forums or whatever it was to get the plugin for reshade into Special K. I couldn't get it to work. Like, it wouldn't let me select it from the drop-down menu. It just kept not letting me activate it, so I gave up. And I tried adding the reshade filters to the NVIDIA folder in program files, the Ansel folder, that lets you put in a bunch of shaders to use with the, you know, Alt F3 menu. And I put a bunch in there, and there's some new ones that did show up in there, but most of them didn't. No, you're supposed to run on the wall, Ryu! Or just get stuck in there for a second, it's alright. That's how you wake up the knees, that's all. You just gotta wake up those knees. Gosh, yeah. Look at that, I just love the frickin' texture detail, just looking way sharper. Even on that headgear, I upscaled that to like 5x. You can really see it. Redid the eyes too. Completely redid those. Well, not the red part around, not that you can even see that here, but I brightened the whites of his eyes and replaced the irises in the middle. Looks a lot better. I love that you can see the granular detail on his skin as well. Like that worked out really good. Seriously, it looks so cool. So, I'm gonna start with the dual swords, and then I'll switch to the scythe when he's down on the floor. You can do the spam the graveyard spin. Ugh, get that outfit out of here. It's terrible. No, stop it! He's gonna kill me because these guys are in my way. Drop him on Zidonius! Oh! I should stop trying to... No, I'm too busy trying to kill the ninjas. I'm sure a better player would just say, why aren't you using the wind blades? What? No! Can I interest you in these? See, now they're dead. I can just use the scythe and just loop this guy. Hey, buddy. Or try to loop him. Uh-oh. Get the dual swords out. Don't go up in the sky, Zidonius. It's bad for you up there. Watch out! Wind blades! And then we're gonna do the scythe. Watch out! I'm gonna use one of these just because, you know, I like to be careful. You can see why I want to mute the sound, though, of him doing that same noise over and over. Come on, lurch up into the air. There you go. Oh, we got more of these. Watch out. How did you... Watch out. We're gonna finish him with the dual swords because I like them. Bye-bye, Zidonius. Sensation. Kitty Catty says, hi, Dan. Hey, Kitty Catty, how's it going? Hope you're having a nice day. Master Ninja. No, do not upload the record. I don't know if there is still, like, a leaderboard to upload to, but I don't want to be one of the guys that has a fake score. Technically, it's not a legit score, is it? Because you're using a mod to change the game, and then you're tallying up a score based on that, so anybody that has scores up there based on the vanilla Sigma 2 is going to have a totally different score, and that's... I don't think that's fair to put the Sigma 2 black score up there. Alright, what do I want to do next? I'd love to be able to play these chapters with Ryu. That would be nice. I kind of want to do... Gosh, I don't know. Like, my favorites is Chapter 1, Chapter 2, that's fun. Chapter 6. I do like Chapter 6, I just... Less because it's just lichens all the time, and you know, I'd rather we had some ninjas thrown in there too with that. Again, I would love a randomizer. I'd love a randomizer. You imagine just every fight has a random selection of enemies? That'd be so much fun. I want it. I want it. That'd be so cool. Do the final level. The final level. No. No HUD. No. I want to have some fun. Like, I want to fight a bunch of guys. Even this one's, like, tedious. Like, yeah, sure, you do fight a bunch of guys, but you also just navigate down that stupid area, breaking all those pods, and that's really annoying. I mean, this chapter is pretty good for fights, but it does get a bit hectic at the end. This one, no, it's just it's full of gaja, like, and spider. I'm thinking fun factor. Which ones are the most fun? And I'm just gonna redo 1 or 2. All right, 1, 2, or 6. So the Aqua Capital, Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. Pick some. Let's see what the chat wants. Darkslayer 0 says 2. We got 1 vote for Chapter 2. Then we've got another Chapter 1, and then another for Chapter 2, and then another for Chapter 1, another for Chapter 1, Chapter 6, Chapter 1. So far, Chapter 1 is winning. Alright, Chapter 1 it is. Chapter 1. We got another for Chapter 2, but I still think Chapter 1 is winning. 2, 1, 1, 1. Oh wait, it's tied, is it? 1, 1, 1, 2. No, there's 4 for Chapter 1 and 3 for Chapter 2. So it's Chapter 1. We're doing Chapter 1 on Ultimate Ninja. Actually, shall I put it on Master Ninja +++? Throw it in the chat. Put a +++ if I should do it. Instead of Ultimate Ninja. How did you defeat Elizabeth in Chapter 1? With great difficulty. I want to say I'm not very good at fighting her, and I get impatient because I want to kill her faster, and so I take more damage than I should. And the other day I fought her again, and it took me over an hour to beat her again, and Fiend Booster said, actually, if you do this, she's easy. And I watched a video of him do it, and I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm doing that. I can't do that. But my way of fighting her, where I sort of hit her a few times and do the Flying Swallow dance-off, if I'm just patient, I can beat her in like 6 or 7 minutes with that. Because she has double HP in Ultimate Ninja. No, it's no wonder I kept dying, and it took her forever to die. It's because she has double the HP. Everybody says +++, so give me a second and let me change it. Okay, we are now on Master Ninja +++, and just for, just to show it, why did I press that button? I don't care. Okay, here we go. I still wish you could change the costume in the quick select menu, and I want to get the windmill shuriken modded in here, because I love that thing. I love tossing it at enemies. Like, I have more fun throwing the windmill shuriken at enemies than I do using the UT with the scythe. But yeah, I will use... Hopefully it doesn't crash the game. Sometimes it does. I don't know why. Oh, no, it actually doesn't crash the game. It's cheat engine that sometimes doesn't latch onto the game properly and then crashes it. But this should load the Razor's Edge outfit with the black wrapped kunai instead of the red, just so that I can show you the difference. It's very subtle, but let's see if I can even get past this first fight, first of all. Every time I get, like, a moment of levity, they hit me with a frickin' windmill incendiary shuriken, and then I've gotta, like, do something else. One of you's getting dropped, and it's you. No, he's dead. He's already dead. Sad thing is, even though it took me over an hour, like, I kid you not, if you watch my other stream from the other day, I spent over an hour and a half just trying to beat Liz, because I was so bad at it. Because I was getting so impatient. But I have more fun fighting Liz than I do Genshin, even though I can beat Genshin fairly easily. I just have fun trading blows with Elizabeth. And, when I was playing it the other day, I found that I could beat her as long as I was not impatient. If I beat her slow, I won't die. And it'll take maybe 6 or 7 minutes. But, you know, my mind is like, you gotta kill her in like 2 minutes. Which, you know, that means you get more aggressive and then you take too much damage and you die. But yeah, this is, as you can see in this version... In fact, let me get next to the save point first, because the light comes off of it. Come here! No, you gotta do it! Mm. You're getting dropped. You're getting dropped. No, you're not. He's dead. Okay. Let's get in front of the save point and we can take a look at the, Yeah, so in this alternative version, can I, like, get a look at it? I'm trying to get the camera to just, like, look at his legs. But yeah, as you can see, like, if you look down at his legs there, the kunai in this version, I just wrapped them in black. Like, you can see a bunch of grooves on them, and then the bottom groove is a silver one. And then the rest of them are... And I added those. In the original Ninja Gaiden 3 outfit, it's all black. It's just a really simple black texture. So I just added a bunch of grooves and thought... I even tried making it look like the Dragon Sword, where it's like, it has a gold bit at the bottom, but it did not look right. You know, so it's like red and then gold and then the blade. It just didn't look right, and so I changed it. I just went simple red and simple black. Let's use, let's have a go with the Buster Sword for a little bit. Hey, fellas! No! Get off! Can I interest you in one of these? I love it. I love that you can do the flying swallow with it in this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. You can't even do the flying swallow with the frickin' dual swords without an enemy being there. And yet you can do it with the frickin' Enma's Fang, which now looks like the Buster Sword. Oh, it's so cool. I'll get that after the fight with the ninjas over here. No, I landed right in that. Come here! What are you doing over here, sir? He'll come over now that his friend's dead. And when he does, he's getting dropped. No, he's not. He couldn't take it. I'm pretty sure this is just a tutorial? Yeah. I'll go and get the blue essence out of that box now. There you go. You can get a good look at his kunai there for a second before the camera ultimately gets too close. I don't know. I spent way too long on what I should do with the kunai. I spent a couple of hours trying to figure out, like, you know, doing different things with it, trying to see what would look good, and in the end, I like this sort of... It almost looks like it's wrapped in black leather, just like strips of it. Especially with the grooves in between each one, and then that nice silver bit at the bottom. I like it. Some artistic choices that I made. Depending on what happens, what I might do is, like I said, I'd love it if the model was just released. Because then I would release the textures with the new model so that people could just put it right in. But I like the idea of once I've done the fun run, once I've finished it and the fun run's out, like a treat with the fun run is, now here's the fun run, and here's the outfit, it's in the description, you know, and then you can have it. It's like the cherry on top of the fun run. But, you know, we'll see. Like, it's all up in the air until I can talk to the guy. I was talking to him the other day, but yeah, I was like literally about to leave, and so I couldn't talk to him. I'm pretty sure he's I don't know where he is. I think he's in China, but I'm not sure. But it's a very different time zone. Let's put it that way. Excuse me, General. Yeah, they are aggressive. I wonder if it's the Master Ninja difficulty, but with the aggression from Ultimate Ninja. I'm dead from that. Yeah, I'm actually dead from that. Azure Mobius says, how about Ninja Gaiden Boss Rush? Personally, I'm not that bothered by that. Like, because if you ask me what's my favorite boss in this game, I mean, maybe the Water Dragon. I do enjoy fighting Liz if she doesn't have large amounts of HP and make me angry. If she cooperates. Genshin's fun when you can get the drop loop on him. Fighting the Ryus is fun, but there's a lot of annoying bosses in this game. Isn't the boss rush supposed to just be like you fight all the bosses? There's too many bosses that suck and that are annoying. The best part about Ninja Gaiden is fighting the ninjas. Fighting the regular enemies. It's so much fun. Come get it, fellas! Yeah, that's right. Cloud ain't got nothing on Ryu. I'd love that. I'd love to see that. See Cloud fighting some guys, and then Cloud gets knocked back, and then Ryu, like, joins the fight. And then Cloud's sword is fallen and stabbed into the ground, so Ryu's like, and then he picks it up out of the ground, and then swoops in there and does a bunch of stuff. And then they're like, wow, who's this guy? Ryu, get out of the corner! Gosh, they really are aggressive. I love it. No! I'm dead again, yeah. Wow. They really go for it. I wonder what their maximum aggression setting is, and I wonder if that's what it is. I did pick the highest +++ version. Like, whatever the +++ was, I picked the one with the most pluses on it. Gosh, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Excuse me, sir. You getting a drop? No, he's not getting a drop. Ryu with dual swords is like a blender. Yeah, that's what I like to say. It's like a blender. You will get sliced. Let's use a dragon sword for a little bit. Come on, fellas, come get some. The one thing I'm not very good at, and if you wanted to actually see some amazing gameplay, you'd watch someone who's good at this kind of thing. I've never been good at styling in this game. I've seen videos where people are quote-unquote styling, and they're doing a whole bunch of moves that you wouldn't normally see people mixing together, throwing shurikens, using the bow, and it looks really cool. And that's just not how my brain works. Like, I want to take him down as fast as possible. And so I suck at styling, and I just use my favorite moves. Also, one thing I noticed that was not as good as the original 2 in this version of the cheat table, and I'm not sure if it's been addressed yet in the final version. I never checked. When you kick off the wall and throw the scythe like a frisbee, it is supposed to lop heads off and, like, insta-kill enemies, like, randomly. And, I tried it a bunch of times against the Lycans, because that's what I used to do when I used to get the scythe from the Wolf fight in, like, regular story mode. I would kick off the wall and, like, throw it at them, and it would just decapitate and destroy a whole bunch of them. And I just couldn't get it to do it. It didn't do it once when I tried it over and over and over. Gosh, I love the texture detail, the way these textures for the scythe turned out. They're so cool. Hopefully we can figure out what the other weapon model for the scythe is that affects the UT charges and the blood texture, because it's kind of incomplete right now. And unfortunately, the staff that the same guy ported to this, it doesn't extend the chain mallets like the actual original staff does. So you get the chain effect swinging, but you don't see them swing the ball, the hammer. What are they called? The Morningstar bits on the end swinging. What's the input for the scythe throw? Oh, you just kick off the wall and then press Y. Come here. Come on, fellas. One of you is gonna get a throw. No? Are they not interested? No, they're not, look. They're just kind of chilling out over there. Let's get the dragon sword out. See, look, they're going back. Oops. Didn't mean to fall down there. They're gonna come get me now, though. Come get me, fellas. Come on. No? Really? Oh, now you come get some. Come on, fella. Come down here and get dropped. Where is he? These guys are playing with my emotions right now. That's what's happening. Come on. You don't want to come over? Alright, I'll come to you, sir. Alright, get over here. We don't want to get shot by those guys just yet. Get another one. Come on, get a drop. I want to drop one of these red guys. Guess it's you. What's happening? Oh. Okay, see you later. Can you imagine the game? I would love it. I wish that, you know, games back in the day, like in the days of Unreal Tournament 2004, you know, 20 years ago. Games had a demo feature where you could record the game engine code for video gameplay so that it would just replay that information within the game's engine to show you the gameplay footage. So it wasn't a video file, it was just data. And it would just replay the game using that data to show you the footage. I mean, it was the, what do they call it? The recording thing, the Ninja Cinema. Is that even still in this? I don't think so. But yeah, it was like that, the Ninja Cinema. Imagine if you could use Cheat Engine, if the Ninja Cinema was still in the game, to switch the camera perspective to be aligned with the head or the eye position of the enemy. So you could watch the gameplay footage from the perspective of the enemy that Ryu is currently fighting. That would be so much fun. Because you'd see the enemy, like, running towards Ryu, and you just imagine, you just see this guy running towards you, and then suddenly it's just a swoop, and then it cuts to another camera, and you just see Ryu, like, dropping a guy, and then he starts running towards the camera again. Oh, man. Oh, man. That would be so cool. Khalil Rawls says, Ryu Hayabusa, his Ninja Gaiden 3 outfit looks amazing. Yeah, it's looking pretty good now. I did a bunch of upscales and texture edits to make it look as high fidelity as I possibly could. And it's looking pretty slick. Come on. Like, look at that detail. It looks so good. It just looks so good. Alright, you guys want the dual swords so bad, you can get them. Really aggressive. Ryu, don't get stuck on the freaking trees! He got stuck on... I just wanted to get up to the sorcerer guy and finish him off, but Ryu got stuck on the tree. Alright. Gosh, Khalil Rawls, like, awakening his inner troll these days. I just hope Kana and Mizuki don't... Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. I just can't read. That's what's happening. I read that as, wow, I hope Kana and Mizuki come back. No, yeah, I hope they don't. They won't come back. They're a one-off. They'll probably reboot Ninja Gaiden. I don't know. I think I know why I read that as a troll. Because you were constantly saying, wow, I love those cat fiends. Because they're so annoying. Thanks for that. Ugh. You don't want to get close to Ryu when he does that, fellas. Mighty Turtle says, I hope Kana and Mizuki are enemies that you kill in Ninja Gaiden 4. No, I wouldn't go that far. I would rather start Ninja Gaiden 4 with Ryu seeing them and, like, not knowing who they are, and they keep talking to him like they know him, and he's like, I don't know you. And they're like, of course you do. You saved the world when you got that stupid red arm thing. You remember that? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And Ayane's like, Master Ryu, you have to wake up. What? Come on! Don't you remember when you fought me when I turned into a giant statue? And then, you know, like, Rachel's like, ugh, those giant statue fights, am I right? And he's like, Rachel? And Ayane's like, Master Ryu, what? You have to wake up! And then he wakes up like, and then he's like, oh, it was just a dream. And then it was all just a dream. It was just a bad dream. That's how they should do it. Gosh, they really are aggressive, aren't they? They just go for it. Which is, you know, it's kind of to be expected, actually. Like, these are freaking ninjas that want you dead, and they're coming at you in legions. They would be aggressive. Yeah, gosh. The upscales to the textures and the NVIDIA filters that just sort of boost everything. They really do. I mean, let's go ahead. Let's put the depth of field on, shall we? I wish I could get it going in Cheat Engine so it doesn't affect the HUD, but we'll just do it here. If I can get it to work right. It's really temperamental, and sometimes it just doesn't want to work, but... There you go. See, look at that! Now that looks cool. You got everything in the distance with a nice bit of depth of field. You've got the effects. Again, I gotta remind you. This is what the game looks like normally. Look at that. That's what it looks like. And then, when we make the depth of field not be stupid. And now it looks like that. It's, oh man, I know it's a little bit blown out, like exaggerated with the contrast, but it, oh, it really does just make it look better. Love that depth of field, seriously. I really hope we can find the value for it in Cheat Engine. I want to use the in-engine depth of field if I can, so that it looks hopefully more integrated. Yeah, I finally got one of those off. Excuse me, sir, what are you doing up there? Wow, you survived it. Even the red guy died from that. You see that? Hey, don't do that. What are you doing? Oh, just in case those archers around the corner try to get a little bit spicy with me, we're gonna save it again. I really do love the extra detail. It just looks so good. Especially with redoing the arms, too. It took me ages to figure it out, because I don't know how to use Blender. Not even a novice. I just don't know how to use it. I did figure out how to get into the texture section and do the paintbrush thing so that I could paint the shadows, at least I tried to, where his arms meet the suit. Tried to paint some shadows onto the texture a little bit, but unfortunately it looks a little bit different when he's T-posing in Blender and compared to when he's doing this pose, but it did improve it, because the shadows that were on the texture were not quite... They weren't visible when Ryu was doing this pose, and they are slightly visible now. They're they're really subtle though, but you can see them right next to where the mesh is on his chest. Just where the skin meets the suit. You can see a slight shadow that I've painted on there, and it looks pretty good. Gosh, I love it with the depth of field. Doesn't this... Like, it looks... I'm not gonna say it looks like a PS4 game. It doesn't, but it looks good. Like, it really does, punch it up. Ryu, get the guys, there we go. I love that combo. I can't... The next big thing I want to do, though, is I just want to get that... Whenever Fiend Busa finishes it and gives it to me, is that sound mod. You know, I just want that INI file that points to all the different sounds in the game. so that I can replace them with my own. I want to do that. That's the next big thing I want to do. I want to put the Ninja Gaiden 1 grunts in there. I want to put the Ninja Gaiden 3 sword swings in there. The same with the jumping and this sound when he puts the sword in. Yeah, this. It makes a different noise in Ninja Gaiden 3, and I want to include that. I want to do all that. Try it again. I want to do it again. No, do it again. That's it. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, seriously. The depth of field. It really just puts it on another level, doesn't it? Look at that. Maybe you could argue this looks like a PS4 game. Like maybe. Especially with the higher res textures on Ryu. Kind of, you know, tricks you into thinking, oh, maybe it is. Yeah, but the depth, gosh, the effects, the NVIDIA filters, man, they're actually really good when you get them dialed in just right. Shall we cook those guys? Yeah. Watch them cooking! It's never as fun if you don't call it out first. You've got to say cooking. You gotta make sure that you announce it. Okay, I'm gonna drop down and fight those other guys. Why not? Let's use the scythe. It does look very cool. It looks so cool, man. Look at this. Look at this freaking thing. I love the AI image generation, man. When I put the scythe textures in there and like dialed up the denoising strength to like make it do more, some of the stuff it came up with was really cool. And this it added some really nice details here and really gave the metallic look, especially to the gold stuff. The original version of the scythe, that part there that looks like 4 curved blades around the hinge, they're not supposed to be smooth, rounded pieces of metal like that. They look different. But the AI made it look like that. And, you know, after some tweaks and stuff, because I didn't just put the AI image in there, I did modify it afterwards, but gosh, it looks... These new textures look even better than the originals. Especially with the normal maps. There's a website called Normal Map Generator. And if you don't have a 3D model to get the normal maps from, you can just put a texture in there and it will make a normal map based on those textures. And you might not get a crazy amount of depth like you would from an actual 3D model that you're generating it from. But it does give the impression that all these engravings and scratches are like actually etched into it. And I mean, you can see it. It looks so freaking cool, man. Ah. Excuse me, sir. Can I interest you in this? Ryu, don't throw it at the wall. This is no time to show off. You gotta jump off the wall. There you go. I was actually tempted to take the model for the level 1 scythe and just make new textures for it, and then change the colors and use the same model for level 2 and 3. Level 2 having just a little bit of, you know, gold accents, and then level 3 having red and gold and other stuff. Because I actually really like the way the level 1 scythe looks. It's pretty clean. But unfortunately, you know, the same problem with this model is when you charge UTs and stuff, it uses the shape of the old scythe. And the same when it's covered in blood. And that would mean that even if I was to swap the level 3 scythe with the level 1 scythe, it's going to have the blood decals wrapped around the level 3 model. And so it's going to look wrong, and so that kind of put that idea to sleep. I wonder if it would do the same thing if I replaced the Blade of the Archfiend with the Dragon's Claw and the Tiger's Fang? Yeah, what did I say the Dragon's Fang and the Tiger's Claw? Whatever. The Dragon's Claw and the Tiger's Fang. Yeah, gosh. The thing, you see his arm guards have that grid pattern at a diagonal thing on them. I manually did that. The ones, upscaling the ones from the game, they looked a bit wobbly and warped. So I redid those manually, drawing the lines in the colors that the normal maps use for depth. And it took like half an hour, but it was it was totally worth it. Looks really cool. Same thing on his, not that I can get the camera close enough to his shins, but his shin guards do it as well. So good. I'm a sucker for detail. I really am. Like the texture stuff that I've been doing, I probably could have just stopped like 1 day into it, but I just want to keep doing more. Wow, that guy's like really mad. Actually, I'm kind of surprised on Ultimate Ninja that we didn't get any of those fiend glowy things, or the pink ones. You know those fiends that have the gold crystals on them that you fight later? They were only in Sigma 2, they were never in 2. And then those pink ones that were just re-added from Ninja Gaiden 1 into Sigma 2. I'm surprised that we haven't got any of those mixed in with these ninjas here. That would be a lot of fun. Come here! Do it! Can I interest you in this wall? That was fun. That was a lot of fun. See, this is the best part about Ninja Gaiden. Fights like that. Sure, it wasn't quite as crazy as Ultimate Ninja, but this was Master Ninja +++, right? And so that was, and I didn't die there, did I? I don't think I did. Almost did. Gosh, it's fun. It really is. Didn't even use the wind blades. But the fiends don't get released until Chapter 2 is over. Yeah, but we don't care about that. Like, just for a gameplay thing, you know. Having the Ultimate Ninja gameplay, just like throwing some of the later game enemies at you in the beginning. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Again, I gotta say this, just in case Fiend Busa sees it, although I will ask him myself. I'd love the idea of an enemy randomizer. That would just be awesome. Maybe if it has certain parameters to it, like it doesn't just randomly pick enemies, because what if it just throws a whole bunch of fish at you, like, Can you imagine you're just fighting a bunch of enemies and then it just puts one fish in there and then randomly you get bitten by it and you're like, what the heck's going on? Like, it just interrupts the fight. Maybe exclude the fish. And the bone things, those, whatever they are, the little skeleton things, and the bugs. Exclude those. Maybe just include one of them occasionally. But, like, all the other enemies, maybe with different, gosh, there's so many different parameters you could have there, though, because, like, obviously, you want there to be an abundance of ninjas and humanoid-size enemies that are really fun to fight, because those are the best. But yeah, you've got the freaking guys with the cannons on their arms, those dragon things that look like the enemies from Ninja Gaiden 1 almost, the ones that fly. They fly in this game, they don't fly in the first game, they just do that stupid roll, but those weird dragon things, the wolves, the regular dogs, the ninjas, the gaja, the fiend things that they added to Sigma 2. There's so many. It would be... I just love the idea of a randomizer for the enemies. I think it would be so cool. Even... Oh my gosh, I'm thinking about the Ocarina of Time randomizers, like those Zelda randomizers they have. Imagine if you start with the... Imagine if you don't start with a weapon. You don't start with a weapon at all. And... the chest, because in Sigma 2 there's not a save point after the first fight in Chapter 1. There's a chest. In that chest is your first weapon. It might be the windmill shuriken, or it might be a weapon. And you imagine just in random chests you'll find weapons, and when you want weapon upgrades, they are in random chests. Maybe you want to spend essence on that. Maybe some people will say, no, I want to be able to upgrade those myself. But yeah, no, I agree, actually. You should do it like that. I agree with myself. Can you imagine that, finding the weapons in the chests? And going through the game like that. I want it. I want a freaking Ninja Gaiden randomizer. That sounds like a lot of fun. That'll breathe new life into this game. I guarantee it. Random enemies, to a degree, with some formula to it, so it's not completely ridiculous. And then... weapons and items randomly placed in chests. That would be so cool. And you're like, you go to the chest at the beginning of the game, like, please be the dragon sword, please be the dragon sword, and it's like, Kasari Gama! Whoa! Imagine doing the game on the hardest difficulty from the beginning with the level 1 Kasari Gama. Unless you're really good with it, in which case you're like, are you kidding? That's a dream! No, Ryu! Don't just stand there, do what I asked! He almost died there because he just stood there. I wanted him to throw the shuriken at the guy and then kick off his shoulders, and he didn't do either of those things. Imagine, and then when you get to the boss fights, it's a random boss from the game. Oh my gosh. And in every, maybe not every fight, maybe certain fights where the arena actually makes sense. Every fight would be ridiculous because you're in hallways sometimes. But there could be some fights in the game, like up there on that platform up there, where it would trigger a boss amongst the regular enemies. And it's random. So you'd be fighting the enemies, and then one boss, it's not always guaranteed. There's like a percentage chance that a boss will spawn. And maybe the boss drops a weapon. Oh my gosh, I'd love to see that. You're just fighting a bunch of guys, and then you're like, what the heck? Elizabeth! And then you beat Elizabeth, and then she drops the dual swords or something, and you're like, yes! The dual swords! Or the windmill shuriken. Oh my gosh, please tell me that I'm not alone here. I hope that other people would like that, because then it actually increases the chances of it existing. Gosh, I think that's amazing. That's an amazing idea. I want it to be real. Excuse me, sir. Ninja Sasquatch says, how's it going, Dan? Hope the butt kicking is going well. Yeah, it's going okay. We're having some fun. Haven't died too much yet. And when I haven't really cared. I've not really got anything riding on this. I'm just playing this for fun. Like, I thought I'd be playing Master Ninja plus and Ultimate Ninja, as it says in the title, for fun. Just for fun. Like, I even, might even say that I'm actually having more fun with this now than the original 2. No, I'm dead now. Yeah, darn it. Like, there's just more... You know, because we can mod this and make it look a little better and have other fun things in it. And then at the same time, the mods make it feel and play like the original. In some instances, it can be more fun than the original, because there's kind of more things to enjoy. But at the same time, there's one thing that is completely absent from this, and that's the missions. The tag missions suck. They suck. I just want to play them with one, like, I wish the tag mission... Whose idea was it to make them tag missions only? They couldn't have added a single-player mission mode as well? And just put all the missions from the Ninja Gaiden 2 DLC? Because that's the one thing I'm missing. I like those missions. I don't love them. I'm not amazing at them. I'm pretty bad at them. But they're fun, and there's something else to do. It's just dive straight into the action. It would be really fun if the randomizer, you started a new game, and it dropped you into a random place in the game, too. That would be cool. But then we're talking about more in-depth code, which might be more difficult to implement. But imagine if it dropped you in a different place. I mean, gosh, if you could really mod this game, imagine if it drops you in different places, and there are more chests everywhere, and some doors are closed, and you have to go and find the keys to open the doors to get to the end of the chapter to finish it. That would be fun. Because you'd go back to find the chests with the keys, and then you'd fight a bunch of guys. And they'd be random! They'd be random! They'd be enemies from different parts of the game. Imagine fighting a bunch of lichens in this map. It's funny, that, what's his name, Phantom. Was it Phantom, or was it somebody else? I'm looking at the chat and getting distracted. Somebody said, who was it? He said, I hope the butt kicking's going well. Why is it I remember the message and I don't remember the name? Ninja Sasquatch. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's going well. I haven't died that much. No, I've died twice since then. Absolutely, I am ridiculous. No! We'll get close to Ryu when he does that. It's dangerous. Alright. This guy's getting annoying. Oh! Another thing I gotta say. As I've been playing this, I've noticed every time I see these sorcerer guys, it's always the green ones. What happened to the purple ones? Like, they're still in Sigma 2, right? The purple ones? Am I imagining the purple ones? I thought the green ones were on, like, Acolyte and Warrior, and then the purple ones were on higher difficulties. Am I wrong about that? Am I hallucinating that? Shorty Oreo says, I'm so glad you're doing good because I've been watching your videos since 2012, 2013. Oh, I appreciate it. I hope you've gotten much joy out of them in that 11 years. Because that's the whole reason I did those videos back then. I just wanted to share the joy of Ninja Gaiden. And it sucks that my channel started on Sigma 2. Because I really don't like Sigma 2. I hate it. It's so bad. After playing the the Sigma 2 Black mod here. When you go back to the original Sigma 2, it's awful. It's awful. You Azuna drop the guys and they get up. And you do the descending dragon on them like 3 times and they get up. And there's like, you walk into a room like, we're gonna have a fight. And then there's like 3 guys. It's just bad. It's bad. And this mod is amazing. It's just amazing. I've been enjoying this mod so much that when I tried to play Razor's Edge the other day, I couldn't do it. It felt... As soon as I started to slash at the enemies, I was like, this feels wrong. It's not right. And I didn't have as big of a problem with Razor's Edge. Like, they fixed a lot of stuff that they wrecked in 3, but after playing this, and the original 2 a lot more lately, Razor's Edge just doesn't feel right. Like, the delimbing and the... It's just wrong. It's just wrong. And I can't play it anymore. I just can't play it anymore. We got some more guys? Oh. Are you getting dropped, sir? No, you're not getting dropped. What a shame. Come out here, fellas. I want to fight you in the open. Let's have some fun. Let's use the dragon sword. I'm actually gonna die if I use the dragon sword. Why am I'm only good with the dual swords because I just use them exclusively. Here they come. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeah! We got some more. What are you doing, buddy? Alright, just in case I drop down there and those archers decide to, you know, kill me, I'm just gonna save the progress. Because I will finish the stream after I've done this chapter. Try the XX forward XY combo. You talking about that one? Some rogue says, just want to say that your fun runs got me back into Ninja Gaiden and I love you for it. I'm glad I could encourage you to do something that brought you joy. Because, like, there's nothing like Ninja Gaiden. The combat is outstanding. I mean, you could argue that in a vacuum, devoid of any other Ninja Gaiden reference, Sigma 2 is a good hack and slash game. But when you have original Ninja Gaiden 2 and this mod to compare it to, it's not. Suddenly, it drops way down. Like, because at least it still has the same with Razor's Edge, really. It's still got the fundamentals in there. The way it controls, the combos, like... they destroy... I hate the fact that Ninja Gaiden 3 is based off of Sigma 2. That's why slashing at things is so bad. Can you imagine if, after he's done with Sigma 2 Black, Fiend Busa moves on to Razor's Edge and makes it play like 2? Can you imagine? That would be something. That would be something. Just you make Razor's Edge play like 2. I'm sure it's possible. Yeah, gosh. I love the depth of field effect. It really transforms how this game looks, doesn't it? That with the, you know, all the effects that I've got to the image to make it look punchier. You know, more contrasty. In fact, before I finish this chapter, I'm gonna switch back to the version of the skin with the red wraps around the kunai. See, this is the problem with the depth of field effect in the NVIDIA filters. It blurs everything. Really, again, if anybody out there is any good with Cheat Engine and wants to tackle trying to find the value that adjusts the depth of field that's built into the game, please give it a try and let me know if you have success. Yeah, that's right. Somebody just saw that in the chat. Somebody said getting up from the... Where is it? I read it, and then it disappeared. Getting up from the underworld drop. Yeah, Little Sky says, imagine getting up from an underworld drop. That's right. I was playing Chapter 2 the other day, when I was loading the textures for Ryu's skin or whatever, like modifying and checking, and then modifying and checking. I was playing the game without this mod running, the cheat table for Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Black. And I'd run up the stairs in Chapter 2, where the two red ninjas come at you, 2 at a time. And I underworld dropped one of them. And he just gets up. He gets up from an underworld drop. He took the whole combo and then got dropped and got up from it. And I did this. Bear in mind, this is the frickin' Destroyer combo with the dual swords. Most enemies die to this. This chains into obliteration almost every single time. I did it to him 4 times before he even got delimbed. 4! I've said it. I've said it once. I'll say it again. Sigma 2 sucks. If you don't mod it, Sigma 2 Vanilla is just bad. It's bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you had no other games and all you had was Sigma 2, you could do a lot worse. But you'd rather have one of these others. I'd rather have either OG Ninja Gaiden 2 or this with mods. Because, I mean, frickin' mods give you the friggin' Ninja Gaiden 3 outfit, friggin' cool lighting, well, not cool lighting, but contrasted looking graphics, and hopefully some sound effects mods and stuff, and high-res textures, and oh, mods, man. This is why I like Ninja Gaiden on PC. We could have had all this stuff over a decade ago, man. Excuse me, gentlemen. Come down here and get dropped. Come down here and get dropped! Yeah! Would be kind of hilarious, too, to add an extra layer of difficulty to this game by removing the barriers. Can you imagine if you could accidentally jump off of this and fall to your death? Can you imagine that? I mean, I know that you can drop down there, but imagine if you drop down the wrong way. You drop off this, you just fall through the cracks here, and then he dies. There's not that many places in this game where you can actually fall down and die. Like, they just got rid of that. Oh, I'd love to get the windmill shuriken out right now and toss it. Maybe I'll ask Fiend Busa if I can get the code for adding the windmill shuriken to the inventory, just so that I can add it to the cheat table that I'm currently using, so that I can, you know, have it. Because I have the files in the mods folder that puts the windmill shuriken back in there. You just need to use a thing to put it in Ryu's inventory. Hey, buddy. I love it when Dan flicks the trigger to block with the scythe like it's Ryu's version of teabagging. I used to do that when I get excited about stuff. Windblade! Oh no! That's not the Windblades! I guess we're cooking them. I guess Ryu got an accidental invite to the barbecue and, you know. Alright. Yeah, whenever something good happens and I'm just like, oh yeah! What's going on with the frickin' frame rate? Look, it's reporting a solid 60, and yet it's like my whole system is lagging. Yeah, come get it! I love it. That's so cool. Especially with the Razor's Edge sights with these HD textures. Oh, man. It is amazing, though, that like, Ryu's model with the default textures for this is like 6 megabytes. With all the HD textures, it's like 60. I increased the file size by a factor of 10. But it's worth it. It's worth it, because it looks freaking awesome. Look at that, again, look at the detail on his mask. It doesn't have that stupid crisscross pattern anymore, like medical gauze. It's just a nice, smooth, but matted, what's the word? Not matte, but, grain. So it's got texture detail, but it's smooth, like, you know, I was pretty pleased with that. Did the same thing to his scarf, top of his head. Just looks so much better. I also put a subtle grain texture all over his bodysuit. I don't know if it shows up on stream, but you can see it, like if you look at his chest there on the shiny parts. Also, those 4 straps on his chest, those silver buttons, they used to be just little rings, like silver rings with a hollow middle. I looked at the original Ninja Gaiden outfit and I noticed that the buckles were a lot more pronounced and obvious, and so I just made those silver buttons instead of... Well, the texture's really high res. It's actually a silver ring with a button in the middle. You can just about see it before the camera moves too high. Wait a second. Oh, right. I was wondering where the guys were. Ninja Sasquatch says, what controller do you feel better on? Or does it not matter? I don't think it matters. Depends on which one I'm acclimated to. Like if I put down this controller, I put down my Xbox One X controller, and pick up the PS4 controller. Because I don't have a PS5, so I don't have a DualSense controller. I'd like to try it though. But yeah, I don't mind. Like, I can pretty much just pick up whatever controller I want and get used to it within a certain amount of time. But yeah, I like the Xbox controller. I do like it. Getting dropped! You can see why I love the dual swords, man. It's absolutely amazing. I can't believe that all you have to do is inject. You don't even have to actually decompile the game and rewrite the code. You can just inject and supersede. That's not the right word, but... You can just inject code into the game and make it play like the original Ninja Gaiden 2. It's amazing. Like, I cannot give enough credit to Fiend Busa for doing this. This mod saves this game. I don't play games much anymore. I still do play games, but I don't play a lot of different ones or a lot of new ones. Nothing really interests me. And I haven't played Ninja Gaiden for a long time. And the Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Black mod just makes it fun to play, where I'm actually playing Ninja Gaiden again, even though I burned out on it years ago. Ryu Goomba says, "You got the mod?" Yes, I did. I got one version of it from somebody, and then I spoke to the guy who improved it and got that version from him. And then I made my own version of it by updating all the textures to, like, I've been repeating myself over and over in the stream about this, but I gave him HD textures, basically. I upscaled them, I modified them, I made little artistic tweaks to them. Like, for instance, like I just said, the face mask and his scarf and stuff, they're not the crisscross pattern anymore, like the grid. Just a nice smooth grain sort of fabric, reminiscent of the original Ninja Gaiden 2. The textures are like 4 or 5 times the resolution of the original, so they're like really sharp and detailed, and they look freaking awesome. It's gonna look so good in the fun run, because I'm gonna do the fun run in 4K, so it's gonna be amazing. Can I interest you, fine gentlemen, in the wind blades? I think so. Come over into this room, sirs. I need to see these guys here. We coming? We coming? Wind blades! Because you see, when I play this game, I love to, after a fight, I like to just sort of let Ryu shake the blood off, and then I will slowly rotate the camera around him. And like sometimes when I'm fighting an enemy, I will walk away towards the camera, or I'll do things that are like, I don't know, slow, that allow you to appreciate the detail. And so I want there to be as much freaking texture detail. Like, there are levels of texture detail here that aren't necessary, but I don't care because they look amazing. Are they perfect? No, they're not. Because I'm not a 3D modeler. I'm not really a texturer. I'm just somebody that dabbles in Photoshop or Krita, and I can make my own textures, you know, with some tinkering. And, you know, but they look pretty good, especially the arms, too. Again, the arms that were on this model were just really blurry, and they look terrible. So I took the texture from the original Razor's Edge model and put it back on there, and then I had to warp it and shift it to make it fit. It didn't fit on its own. I had to, like, modify it. And then I made a new normal, I modified the normal maps to, you know, add a sort of grain to the skin for detail, and made the veins stick out a little bit. They don't stick out as much as I'd like, but that's because I didn't... Usually they generate that normal map from an actual 3D model where the veins are 3D sticking out a little bit, whereas I'd done it based on the texture using that website that just does it from the flat picture. So it's a subtle effect rather than like the veins like bulging out of his arms like they do in 3 and with the DOA 5 outfit. I probably could figure it out and just draw them on myself so that it does that. I might take another stab at it. I did try it, but I didn't do a very good job of it, so I reverted back to using the texture as reference instead. Gosh, these guys, they're aggressive, aren't they? They do a lot of dodging. But what I like is, oh dear. In this mod, when I was playing it without the mod, and another thing that came to my attention was that I forgot that in Sigma 2, especially the Red Ninjas, they love to just roll out the way of a lot of stuff. Like, they do a lot of rolling, and they just, like, they don't get hit. And that was probably the inception point of the alchemists and how stupid they are. And it just kind of sucks. And again, this mod just fixes it, and they're not annoying to fight. Everything is fun. Gosh, they're so aggressive. Like, whenever you stop, they hit you with a shuriken, or they throw you, or they knock you. Exciting Pie says, notice how we never see Dan and Ryu in the same room. Shh! Don't tell anyone. Seriously though, the only thing that's missing from my gameplay here is the windmill shuriken. And you can have it in this game. So I will ask Fiend Busa about getting the code for that so that I can just add it to the cheat table so that subsequent uses of it will allow me to have the windmill shuriken. It's time. It is the icing on the proverbial cake. I don't know why, but I can just hear Nicolas Cage saying that. It's the icing on the proverbial cake. Excuse my terrible impression, but... I think these guys need the wind blades. Oh man. I'm very excited about doing this 4K fun run with these mods. Hopefully the graphical setting, the filters that I've got here for, you know, compared to the original here, hopefully they are to everybody's taste, because that's probably what I'm gonna use for the fun run, and unless I just do these effects in post in the video editor, which will drastically increase rendering time because it's gonna be 4K, I'm probably gonna just record the gameplay looking like this with these filters on, because I think they look awesome. And, I hope everybody else does. I hope that, I'm sure there will be some people that say, oh, it's way too contrasty, but I like it. I think it looks so cool. Is the nunchucks the same here? Oh yeah, no, they're the same. The only weapons that I have a skin on is the scythe, because it's the Razor's Edge scythe mod with my custom textures on it. Seriously, like, if you go download the mod, it does not look like this. These freaking textures, they look amazing! Like, I love it. I can't get over how cool it looks. Like, you hope something's gonna work out. I upscaled it and then threw it into the AI, prompted it, modified it, tweaked it, put it all together, just having no idea what it's gonna look like. And then I put it together and it's like, it looks freaking awesome. And then the staff. I just have the Razor's Edge model for the staff, but I haven't modified the textures for this. I probably should, shouldn't I? I should give them the same treatment as the scythe, because it's looking a little, shall we say, basic. And I spoke to the guy that imported these, and he didn't even know what the normal maps did, and so that would explain why he included the wrong ones. But, you know, yeah, you know, some people haven't, you know, they're still learning or whatever. And I bet this would look, all these lines and stuff on it that look really flat, with a normal map, they will all look engraved. I might just do the staff next, even though it doesn't have the, see how it just has the chains that doesn't, the heads of this doesn't extend with it like the actual staff does. I might just do the HD texture treatment on this staff anyway, because it does look really cool. Alright, let's go. Yeah, we'll go in there with the scythe. Do the graveyard spin on the Resetsu spider guy. The reason his health bar is not going down is because the health bar belongs to the other one. But it doesn't actually matter which one you kill. I don't want those things that it's throwing at me to hit me. It's being very patient, actually. I was playing this the other day, and they were not letting up, and that one in the background just kept on throwing stuff at me. And now he's dead. Then we should have Genshin, right? Yeah, we just got Genshin, so we'll do the staff. Blam! Get off it! Blam! I love it. I love that you can loop him with the frickin' staff. Come get it, that sin! I think he's dead? Yeah! Oh, it's a badass way to finish it. Oh, let's remove the depth of field now because it's going to ruin the menu. Whoop. Yeah, Chapter 1 is a lot of fun, isn't it? I would like to see a daytime version of Chapter 1. That would be great! Anyway, it's getting late, and I've been streaming for a couple of hours now, so I hope everybody that came by and watched enjoyed it. I've had a blast playing it and showing off the stuff that I've been doing. Hopefully it'll make this fun run look amazing when I get to it. Hopefully the next thing I can show off is the sound mod, if I can get that. If Fiend Busa can do that for me. But anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this one, so thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.